Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Jimmy Patterson, and our guest today on MyWestTexas.com, three of the more prominent bull riders on the Professional Bull Riding Tour, the PBR. These three guys are on their way to Dallas for this weekend stop at the American Airlines Center. On their way, a stop here on the Enterprise Tour, I believe it is, in Andrews, Texas, at the Andrews Expo Center, just to the east of town. Guys, you guys play a lot of big places, Vegas, where the championships are, Dallas, any number of other places. What's it like taking a kind of a leave of the bright lights and the big city and making a stop in a little town like this for a change of pace? It's a little slower going, I guess, but comfortable, huh?
It's comfortable. The money's not the same, but the bulls are the same. You've got PBR Finals bulls here, and you stump your toe. It don't matter whether you're at the finals or here, you're gonna get thrown off. I mean, they don't give us no mercy at these events. They bring some ranked bulls to these events for us, and that's what guys of our caliber like to get on is ranked bulls but good ones, and that's what makes it enjoyable to come to these events.
Okay. Mike White is one of our guests here today. Mike, 1999 PBR champion and Rookie of the Year, correct?
PRCA World Champion and 99 PBR Rookie of the Year.
Okay, all right. And also Kody Lostroh. And Kody, you are currently number 2 on the money list this year and 61% ride rate this year. And you're on a hot streak, I'm thinking.
Yeah. It's been a real good year, and it's just been fun kind of settling into all this stuff that plays into the bigger bull ridings that you guys see on TV.
And where are you from originally?
Longmont, Colorado.
So you're fairly used to the smaller town as well?
Yeah, I grew up in a small town and then moved to an even smaller one, so
yeah.
I'm used to it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now, Adriano, when you look at the career span of other professional athletes like baseball players and even football players, somewhat longer than the average bull rider, I would think. Your career span, most bull riders' career spans are somewhat short. You're 38 years old. What is going on? How come you've been able to do it for so long?
Well, I think it's due to my passion. I love bull riding, and that's what I trained my entire life to do, and I focus on it. I pray for it, and I prepare myself spiritually, mentally, and physically for it. And I think that's why I'm able to endure a little bit longer than most of the guys. And I also, the way I recover from injuries. I get hurt so many times, but we don't even remember because Adrian always bounce right back, and ride. And I think I'm able to start riding back almost where I left over, like start riding good again. And I think that's why I endure a lot, but it's coming short now. I only have a few months left. I already announced that this is my last season. That's why I'm taking time to come to these small events, because as Mike said, these events got ranked bulls, and the only thing that we don't have is the limelight. We don't have those bright lights, and which is good for us sometimes, where we have to go back and say, well, I'm here just a guy trying to ride bulls, because at Built for a Tough Series, we got too much media and everything. Everybody, when they call Mike White and Kody Lostroh and Adriano Moraes, they make special deals for us. And here, nobody. They're just trying to ride bulls, and whoever rides the best bulls without knowing names. And that's what is good for us. Make us just step back and just enjoy being a bull rider.
Right. It sort of reminds me of, I guess, maybe a baseball player who's recovering from an injury. They'll start back down in the smaller towns before they make their way back up to the major league towns. But you guys don't have to come here, as you said, but it's just the passion for what you do, I guess.
Yeah, it's always good to come to these events, and like me, even though these guys are much younger than I am, we've been together for a few years now, and which is an honor to me, that I'm going to step off and see these guys continue to ride good. Mike has a few years left, Kody Lostroh is just starting, and come to these small events, we see these upcoming stars, 18, 19-year-old kids that I can feed off their youth, see that drive that they have, that hunger in their eyes, and hunger on their eyes, and make me just go like, man, it's so good to be around these young kids and get to know and try to pick out there which ones are going to be the next, Adriano Moraes and Just McBrides, and also Mike Whites and Kody Lostrohs.
What are you going to do, Adriano, after you hang them up this year?
Well, I'm going to try to stay around doing PR. You know, the PBR already show interest on me to continue to come to all the Bidford tough events, most of them. And also, I'm going to try to come to a bunch of these small events, you know, so I can keep watching, seeing the new guys coming up.
Right.
And hopefully I'll be able to stay involved in the business.
I know, Adriano, you've made well over $3 million in your career. Mike, you're over $1 million in yours. You're 31-ish, I understand. Have you ever considered taking that step and walking away yet, or you got more years left in you?
Not yet. You know, my goal ever since I came to the PBR was to win a world title, and unfortunately I've been hurt just about every year I've been here. And you know, this year was a pretty decent year. I hadn't been plagued by injuries this year, but I've got one stinking Brazilian that they made mad for the last 3 years, and he's running off with it. So I don't know if I'll be able to catch him by no means. But you know, hopefully next year I can have a healthy year next year and give it a run for the money.
Right. Now, Kody, you obviously look up to these guys for what they've done, and do you learn from them? Do they teach you individually, or do you just learn from them by watching them?
Well, most of the learning I can do from guys that are older than me and been around longer is just by watching them and seeing how they react to everything. And you know, they'll step up and pull a guy up when he's down, and that really helps out a bunch, especially in this sport, because if you're not on top mentally, it'll beat you down in a hurry. And
Yeah.
it helps having these guys that have been around and are strong enough to keep you motivated.
Okay.
And it always works the other way too.
Ouch.
You know, just because you're older don't mean you know everything. You always learn something from the younger guys too.
My wife and I watch for years, and it's always fun to watch at the beginning of the year to kind of pick out somebody who's hot at the beginning of the year and see if they can keep it up. And I think that you were that guy just a couple of years ago. Or how many years have you been on the tour?
This will be my fourth finals
Okay.
this year.
Okay.